heights of the map under construction is where we start off the first best of the evening. Carpe Diem, the CT side. Dualies on both Lake and Seb. Super Soldiers at that. No kit present, and a rather aggressive play up towards A is the call for Intra, who's the spearhead for Fluffy AIMERS.
Yeah, this is actually an interesting setup, seeing they don't have the kit. So, I mean, this is going to be a lot about firepower, a lot about them getting kills. But, okay, yeah, that nade's going to do a little bit worse here. So now the players are already going down. You can see the bombs about to get planted here. So Fluffy AIMERS have got themselves into this site successfully with the man advantage here, too. So now this is becoming a little bit of a problem here. This is the retake situation for Carpe Diem. And now, like you mentioned, with the no kit, time is dwindling here. They need to get moving quickly, because if they don't, this is an easy win here for Fluffy. And now, Lake even missing these shots to Pineapple. This thing is falling apart, and it's falling apart quick.
It's falling apart at the seams, and Fluffy AIMERS falling back, finding great success. Arcade and Seb, time of the essence, trying to stick it out of desperation, but learsi will line them both up. Send them to bed. A good start for Fluffy AIMERS, and we do have an interesting change in the rosters. Laz, I don't know if you're paying attention. The man we hyped up, Volko, not here. It's Micro in his stead.
Yeah, you know, I was going to be honest. I was checking really quickly, and I was like, okay, is this right? Like, I'm like, you know, like, what happened to Volko? Did he change his name, or like, are we playing mind games? But yeah, no, he's not here. So now, you know, that extra complexity of layer we were talking about, you know, with what unsure what's going to happen. Yeah, I think it's got a little bit more interesting here for Carpe Diem, and I don't know, maybe that prediction change.
I'm curious. I know Mr. Ryan and I have a history, but I'm not expecting him to sub in today, and that's a very critical substitution, not because Walco has a presence in the server individually, not just because of that, rather, but also because he's the IGL. He's one of the mainstay IGL in North America, and the fact that he's now gone, the head of Carpe Diem's gone, it's very worrying heading into this best of one sacrifice. Finding one, make that two actually in the round, Jason a third. The Tens are harvesting some cash, Micro's on low HP. Bombs hit the dirt. The question is, can Carpe Diem find a kill before the round concludes?
Yeah, it's unlikely, though, too, right? Because, I mean, even Seb had the most HP, so he's down. So, yeah, this is going to be a wash. Unless there's an instant kill, but actually good shots and damage. But, yeah, just not enough at all. Fluffy AIMERS starting this off really well, keeping the 5 alive. You love to see that, because now they can still kind of preserve the money. They can keep these MAC 10s afloat. So now this is where you would kind of see Fluffy AIMERS being really aggressive, trying to put these MACs into full effect. Carpe Diem should be aware of this, but they put a full investment. But the utility, it's not bad, you know, Pineapple, but obviously it's not, considering how these rounds have gone for them.
It leaves me wanting, especially when you realize there's no kit.
Yeah, it's like, even, yeah, they actually had to go for the purchase of head armor, and that goes back into my point about the MAC 10s, right? If they don't have it, that could be even just a quick kill for them. So that's why that sacrifice came in terms of the money. That's why there's no kits. So they're kind of resorting on, you know, the firepower once again. Didn't work the first time. But, you know, why not? Let's try it again.
More aggressive posturing and a more conventional up, perhaps, could prevent a bomb plant. Don't let the MAC 10s get close. That should be the name of the game. Micro towards side halt. Smoke falling back. Trying to haste their utility. What little remains as best as possible. Still got 3 smokes left and a couple Molotovs. Wiz being spammed. Exchanging broadsides, actually, with Intra. It's a slow
You talked
stand.
a lot about Intra.
Hyping him up.
Oh, I mean, you gotta hype him up. He's top fragging right now with learsi. Okay. There's Jason right now. Fully expect Micro. That nade Q could have maybe happened, but Micro's still playing aggressive. This is good, but now it's the question, can he get out of this? Nope, he's a dead man. Now you can just see Fluffy AIMERS. They still have just under a minute. Another gunfight.
The AK is winning outright. 3 kills going the way of the rifles. The MAC 10s are there. It's a scary theft, but still it's the rifles doing the heavy lifting. Seb on the box. This is where Micro met his untimely demise in number 1, but there will be no such nade stack in this round. Bomb hits dirt. Seb and Arcade already calling it quits on this one as well. It's going to be a 3rd round for Fluffy AIMERS, and some upgrades as well, perhaps, for learsi specifically, who have an M4 get dropped rifle elsewhere.
Yeah, I like this. Yeah, and this is a good point you made, because again, like, for Carpe Diem, you have to keep these rifles. Like, it just, there's no other question to this, right? So this is a tough one, and Fluffy AIMERS have really come out the gate really well. I'm not going to put this at a 3-0. He's going to be pretty terrible for Carpe Diem, so the question can be if they want to just, like, work around this with a force. or maybe just go light on the pistol to work around that as much as possible. But now Arcade and Seb are the kind of the two ones driving this from TT side to see what they can. This is where they need to pull up a multi-kill round to see if they can bring back. And yeah, Fluffy AIMERS are doing some pretty basic stuff right now, but looking really good.
It is. They're putting the rifles at the forefront in that round. Very important start to edge out the M4s. The one-shot headshot proves to be too influential. Carpe Diem now needs to do the same. They're going to half buy around the rifles, put the rifles at the forefront, let them get recovered if they fall, and try to find openings with them. Wiz saving a bit of extra cash in the bank, presumably for an op going into the next rifle round. I like the call. Seb, that is a flubbed grenade if I've ever seen one. It's the call, though, for Fluffy AIMERS. They have not met too much resistance. They've had a rather easy go at it thus far in this map, Vertigo. They continue to do more of the same, it appears so. Slowing things down, though, hoping that Carpe Diem start to show some desperation.
Yeah, and even the CT's kind of aggressing for like this. This is a good call. And Sacrifice, you can just nice little bit of a sliver. Oh, look at that shot. Wiz is already gone, moved, and these guys are just trying to swing together as a unit. But yeah, this thing's getting Kaiba pretty quickly now. Not really a big investment of a player. I mean, that's not one of the rifles. It's only the pistol that drops. But now, I mean, Fluffy AIMERS have so much intel. Lake might be able to catch a player off guard here if his timing's right. Oh, Lake, go!
No, still got some time. Here's the steps. They don't know he made it down. Intro, though, already making inroads. learsi finding a second. The windows of opportunities rapidly closing. They're going to be watching the flank here in the next 10 seconds or less. They're already weary about the side hall as well. It's actually going to double back and hope that that player middle is going back towards the ramp, but that is not the case. Seb on an M4, Lake on a 5.7. Where was the second rifle dropped? I'm not too sure, but I think it's probably well out of reach for Lake.
Yeah. I don't think it's reasonable. I mean, Lake actually does pick up that pistol. Okay, there we go. Make me eat my own words. Why not? But it's a question of Blake can even stay alive here, too. The Molly's going to burn some time, which is good. Waiting things out. I mean, Fluffy AIMERS, they can hunt this, too. I mean, they don't really have to worry too much. Their money's looking really good. This is going to be better now with 4 in a row. Yeah, this is good pacing that we're seeing from them. And pretty impressive. I mean, you know, again, you know, we talked about Nate, like, typically, like, for history of AIMERS, and again, asterisks with the rosters, but T-side was kind of the name of the game with a 51.9% win rate on it, but again, it's hard to say just because of the roster shuffles that we've had too, right?
Yeah, definitely hard to say. Wiz, excuse me, does have the wand in hand. He saved a little bit of extra cash in that round. He had only USP, so he can bring a rifle here. We have a kit. We have helmets across everybody, but one arcade that might come back to bite you, given that there are some M4s for Intro and learsi. To see exactly what transpires, but again, I'll lean towards it with 3 players. Wiz lining up the flash for some info. Intro, though, not really trying to peek, just waiting and hoping that, again, Carpe Diem is aggressive. Peek from Lake towards side halt. Exchange some damage, but he takes more than he deals. Intro down to 47, Lake down to 16. Now just throwing utility to try and keep them at bay, but Fluffy AIMERS are keeping all avenues open, both A and B, middle as well as being watched. Just stock standard defaults that have yet to be punched for Fluffy AIMERS.
Yeah, it's still early on in the season too, so that's what we're kind of just seeing very, you know, standard PS right now. These guys are just getting really big feels. It's just a lot of default we talked about, but it's working for Fluffy AIMERS right now. I mean, they're doing a great job just finding the duels, winning them. I mean, even right now, you can see that Seb's just kind of, you know, on the back of tall box right now, but Jason got some good ground, but the M4 is going to do one a little bit better. But now, more to the party. Holmes actually going to make its way. Seb, I don't know if he actually spotted. He does. Ooh, dangerous. Oh, man, another one. Oh, man.
Support is there. So good. Arcade is already ready and waiting. The bomb going first gives away the play outright. Pendulum does find one by the flames. Arcade is playing a game. Comes out on top. Sacrifice of the gods. Not if he can offer something. He finds the first of 3, but with 15 seconds left on the timer. He has to get a move on. He has to get a move on now. Back, one on site. Micro. White Swing King finds the headshot. AK will be recovered. The op, however, will not be. Oh, it is. The timer is longer than I would have expected.
Yeah.
Yup is recovered and Carpe Diem put themselves on the board, but 3 players lost is a significant hamper to their money. They're going to have to sacrifice a bit of utility. Maybe not, actually. Looks like they might enough.
And I was thinking about it too, like, you know, a tough situation with the time too, being in a 1-on-2 battle with 15 seconds. But I was thinking, like, he had an opportunity. He could have picked up that off, threw it off the map if he really wanted to, because then that investment just would have been depleted, right? But thought he maybe won it, but gets out dueled. And yeah, so Carpe Diem finally gets into that round, really much needed. And finally, that goose egg removed. So that's something good for them. A little bit of sigh of relief in the moment. But again, like you said, man, Wiz is the guy that has to be on the hot seat right now. We have to see what he can bring with the AWP, and that's going to be the difference maker, in my opinion, on this.
Yeah, can't we see it active? Rather passive. Is it to find any major inroads in this map? Set Arcade, again, this duo towards B. They're rebuking what is a early lean towards the stairs. I was seeing a lot of interesting smokes. That one's kind of common, but I don't know if you saw it. I think it was 2 rounds prior at the ramp. The smoke towards the top. It lands on the lip, like on the other side of the wall from side hall, from Ivy. It's a very interesting smoke. It covers the opping angle up top on the walkway.
Yes.
Let's see this round though. Micro already falling back. The op is towards side hall. It needs to be careful. Wiz taking some chip damage, missing a shot, but he's still in the round.
And this is good too, because now Fluffy AIMERS, what they've done is made a lot of noise, and Carpe Diem has burned a ton of their utility. I mean, we have 1 molly and 1 smoke remaining, and that's on Lake, and he is nowhere in this site. So right now, Fluffy AIMERS are going to get ready for the execute. They got 25 seconds, so they got to get moving now, and they're just going to brute force this together. Just rifle across, double smoking, so hold things off, and takes down Arcade. Looks for more, maybe, yes, and there it is. It's a full cleanup. BCT's now a big shoe to see if they want to go for this or to fall back. But Wiz, he's playing in Dame territory. This is a 2-on-5, Nate. This is a situation they got to get out of here. Surely they're not going to keep contesting this.
You got Ty's issue is they're going to be hunted. They can't just run away, because then Fluffy AIMERS will be right on their heels. Wiz supports Micro. Micro supports Wiz, just falling back as best they can, trying to survive, or at the very least do damage on the way out.
Oh, that
boost. Up, though. So up from head, knowing that angle is being held. Micro will get up again, trying to head for the hills. Truly does like the Alamo at this stage, and that shot does not connect. Sacrifice takes him down. learsi gonna grab the op. Thinking about it, contemplating it, but no. They'll leave that op on the ground, that sniper rifle on the ground. 5-1, Fluffy AIMERS isolate the single round win for Carpe Diem. They win another one convincingly. It all starts with a triple opening through the top and outright through the smoke towards the generator.
Yeah, that's a good call too. I mean, again, a bit of a detail, but like not picking up the AWE here for Fluffy AIMERS, I like it, because they can just resort on the rifles. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And now they're sitting at a 5-1. This is a good start for them already. This is a huge potential. They can get themselves a 6, bare minimum for the half, and already making a ton of noise right now. You can see this. And now Carpe Diem, they're going to get a little bit desperate. Even Wiz, look at this. He's going to push through on the right. He might get the time of this. Oh my goodness. He somehow does some damage, but now things are looking a little interesting. The man advantage is still for Carpe Diem. And Nate, what is going on?
It's chaos. Not even Carpe Diem knows what's going on. They have to call a pause. Micro has a hero rifle. They have some pistols and some Kevlar. It's a 4v1.
What?
The Arcade gets a double with the 5.7. And maybe an awkward buy and some gusto plays is exactly what the doctor ordered. Carpe Diem showing a bit of chaos. Sacrifice in a 1 versus 4. He's found the first try, second shadow, but does not expect the second. Oh my goodness! Sacrifice cracks it open wide. That should not be an angle he can unseat. He finds the second and the 180 onto the third. The last alive is that hero rifle of Micro, and he's on low HP. He'll slink forward. Does he get the duel? Yes, he does. He brings it back from the brink, but what looked like a convincing run at long last to help stabilize his economy is instead a tight-knit victory with a clutch from Micro.
Yeah, okay, we talked about this in the pre-show. We were like talking to, okay, firepower, who's going to show up today. I don't even know how Sacrifice wins a situation like that. That's a 3-player stack on the right, on the left, and straight in front, and somehow was able to win that exchange, and it just within the seconds, and almost brought that into what was that, a 1-on-4?
It was a 1-on-4.
Absolutely insane.
Immediately.
Oh. That is absolutely insane. But again, great work coming in here for Carpe Diem. It was really scrappy. I mean, around again on paper, I was saying they probably weren't going to win, but they do. So they'll take it. But man, it is just not looking pretty right now for them. So we'll see if they can kind of convert themselves back. I mean, we're in round 8 already.
Yeah, well past the halfway point at this stage. 66% of the way through this first half.
Ooh, the ops out too, though. This is actually a good change. So this is the first time that the AIMERS have actually brought out the wand, as he called it. So it's off and op duel. This is the first time we've seen it now officially in this map.
Astute observation. So,
yeah, we'll try.
We haven't seen a lot from the op in general. This has found 1 kill while running away.
Yeah, sure.
Pendulum was just owning with a rifle. So we've seen nothing from the ops. Granted, Vertigo's not known for op necessarily. Besides, like, ramp in the middle occasionally. And that's, like, from your aggressive ops, like, Junior and the likes. And Wiz is not known to be aggressive opper, so that makes sense. Maybe we'll see more of it from Pendulum on the second half. But now it is a quad map for the snipers for sure.
Yeah, and Fluffy AIMERS are, I mean, there's already 35 seconds left remaining in this too, so a lot of time been burned. So Fluffy AIMERS have to kind of make this decision. They get a lot of real estate already now. You can see they're on the ramp. They're going to start to throw a lot of the utility. Carpe Diem, though, do have 3 players available on this, but they have to get moving now. You can already see learsi getting himself close by. Doesn't have the bomb control yet, but he's going to get caught on the ledge. And Lake, a nice impactful kill. Bomb's trying to get pent with the last 10 seconds remaining. And it's going to happen. Sacrifice. This could change everything, though. He might be able to go for the big backstab. This could be absolutely everything right now here for Fluffy AIMERS. And he does find that first. And look at this. Now he's a thorn in the side.
What? Op does not miss. Micro hits one. Lake unseats Pendulum towards ramp. His op can't really get a chance to shine. It is Carpe Diem now, finally getting into the driver's seat, finally finding their footing, keeping Fee alive, getting upgrades, keeping the rifle in play. Wiz finding a pair on op in a very unlikely situation. A retake is not where you want a sniper in hand, yet he still makes it work. Finally coming alive at critical juncture. This half is still, as we mentioned, over halfway gone, but still at the same time far from over. Neither team has a guaranteed advantage going into the second half. If Carpe Diem can just sweep these last couple rounds, they can emerge with a 7-5 advantage heading into the team.
Yeah, the momentum is definitely doing quite well here for Carpe Diem. They're starting to get themselves, it's really scrappy CS right now. Start things off for the beginning of the season, but I mean, it'll definitely be a good way for them to get themselves clawed back in this game. Only down by 2. Is finally putting a little bit of aggression, like you said. Not known for it, but finally gets the start they need. And now Fluffy AIMERS just kind of getting things out on the back of ramp. Late go for big swing. He's really exposed. Gets punished for it too.
It's the first time with outright duel being taken. Paladin is a player to watch. Carpe Diem as well. He's having a rather slow start as well. Able to really get the ball rolling. Is venturing out to grab some utility. Arcade is left the gut middle. He's walking back with his knife out. He needs to be careful. His mid flank has come to fruition in the round prior, and now potentially in this round as well. Sacrifice lining up utility actually towards the ladder instead. So how Fluffy AIMERS do this before kind of just waffle between the 2 sites, showing some presence and then falling back. So it's going to be more of the same in this round.
Another barrel in, Jason. Pushing in a little bit, but actually does get taken out. Set now just needing to be an anchor. Just need to buy time, but it is a one and done here. Nate's trying to fly through from Fluffy AIMERS. That bomb needs to get planted. Arcade here from the top. A nice spam on the corner of the smoke. Lead us down to 2. Oh, learsi, that's so filthy! Finds 2 more. Why not? Leaving it just down to the upper by himself now. Let's see what you got, Wiz. Show us what you're made of.
Show us what you got. 1v2, op in hand. Fluffy AIMERS have given him a way out, though. If he can get quick with it, give us a bit of gumption, push into the site. There's only 1 player here. The second one's very far. In fact, I think Pendulum might actually be disconnected. This is a 1v1 for learsi. Wiz dropping smoke on site. Does he expect this corner? Yes, there's a possibility. Perhaps fakes. learsi walks into the smoke, knife in hand. He made some steps, though. That Wiz, I'm not sure. Wiz takes a shot, doesn't get it. It's the knife for BM. The left, right is what it needs. learsi gets the kill. I believe the clutch as well because of a disconnect. And at the very least secures a tied at 6-6 going into the second half, potentially even more given the lackluster economy for Carpe Diem.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, we can hear a couple noise. Yeah, and I was thinking that too. I was like looking at him like, hey, yeah, it's 1-2, but learsi's by himself. Like, where's his teammate? And I'm like, oh yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he's definitely gone. But huge work from learsi though. Honestly, like just able to put up so much control in that. You know, took so much space on his own and got the bomb down, went for the clutch. You know, put a pressure on there. So that was honestly the learsi show right there. And that was somebody I was kind of wondering, you know, how well they can be in this game, and he so far is really impressing me. This is a good start. Already set 101 for an ADR, which is pretty nice. I mean, the highest is sacrifice. I mean, still thinking about that 3K. So gross.
Yeah, still can't even get across the line there. Team showing tremendous depth for Fluffy AIMERS, more so than I would have expected. We talked about intro, we talked about sacrifice. learsi, though, not really expect pop-off from him. Individually, he is the worst performer in the last 3 months for his team. Finding a solid success. However, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a brief break due to this tech pause. When we return, we will have the continuation of Carpe Diem and Fluffy AIMERS. Stay tuned. We'll see you then. All right, straight back into the action. No ifs, and or buts thrown in. Again, Pineapple Phillips and Laz on the mic. And a half buy on the cards for Carpe Diem. Blake on the one primary weapon, that MP9. Got too big for his britches. Caught by Pendulum through the edge of the smoke. Good start. The pistol should not fare much better. learsi combines fire for a second. Seb and Micro, we've seen this crossfire before. It did not work the first time versus Sacrifice, but maybe they can right their wrongs here with this one. Micro and Seb. It's very potent. Can't get caught unawares. Good flash in. Seb, though, did not spring the trap quickly enough. learsi and Jason hold their ground. Just whiz. Skill cannon in hand. It's a deagle. While he is saving for an op in the following, Fluffy Aimers should get themselves a guaranteed advantage from this round. Yep, a 7th round secured. Only 2 left in the first half. Things are looking very good their T side.
Yeah, really impressive. It is like I said, it was not a high win percentage on the T side, but nonetheless, it's starting to kind of look like stats are playing into that effect right now. Going into round 11, and Fluffy Aimers have taken this half. I guess my question will be how much bigger they can do that. Carpe Diem. Now it's a bigger here with the AWP out again. Full utility across the board for the most. Arcade kind of looking a little lackluster in terms of it, but at least he's got 2 of the main pieces he needs right now. So we'll have to see what's going to happen a little bit differently from Carpe Diem. I think they've been trying some good variation. Like they've been trying to play a little bit, microaggression, re-aggressing for that map control when they can. But that's always kind of a worrying part too when you're in a deficit like this. You get a little bit nervous to really go for a fight, but Lake, sure, he's going to win that fight, takes down an Intra, and that's a really good start already.
Best start that could be asked. I'm trying to find Pendulum. Might just hit him as the smokes fade. Nope. Giving away so easily. I can lie in the second half, though, for Carpe Diem. Again, IGL missing. Your side's already suffering, and where you really need your IGL is that T side.
Yeah.
The fact that he's gone and they're already struggling so much does not instill confidence.
Wasn't Mama Wall in the chat? Like, she hanging around? What's going on? Where is he? Where's Walko? Tell us all
sauce. Need the sauce.
Yeah, tell us the deets. We need the deets.
Lord.
Oh, my.
On the other side. He's actually cut corner. Good trade from Lake, but enough. All 3 remaining players are here, pressuring the ramp. Lake will negotiate a crossing back towards the lobby, staying alive, setting up for a potential retake. Fluffy Aimers gonna have to win this by attrition. They have 1 flash left, and that's all to speak of in terms of utility. And the bomb plant has yet to even be attempted.
Yeah, nice kill coming in from Jason too. So it may be able to find this timing, right? I mean, there's 17 seconds and they're just getting the plant through. Wiz finally getting that to sing just a little bit. It's a bit of a humming, but Sacrifice able to take down the flank now, so that threat's been removed, but he's down to 15 HP. This could just be the end. There it is. Oh, he still gets shot off before he goes.
A full running headshot on the way out is a little bit concerning. Actually, it might have tremendous knock-on effects. 2 alive is rather difficult for CT economy, given where the money's at. 1 alive is even worse. Sure, Wiz at least to save the op. They have to drop a rifle, and another 2 are probably going to be on SMGs or from us. Definitely far from ideal heading into the last round of this first half. Micro pulling out the MP9. What does 7 go for? That's an equally interesting question. It's going to be an MP9 for Arcade and Seb, actually. Not for Micro. They'll save their rifles instead. The buy's okay, all things considered, but still a hefty advantage for Flamers and a chance for them to double their opponent's scoreline in the first half.
Yeah, this could be such a big lead for Fluffy Aimers. Like you said, I mean, this is already looking so good, and the fact that now the biggest question is going to be Carpe Diem on the T side, but if they can be able to find this round for them, that could be a nice little bit of motivation moving into the second. Op's still out, but it's MP9s. Again, the kits are pretty much non-existent. There's 2 available, but you would want a little bit more. But that MP9 probably only gets the 1 kill. Not really inflicting much more than that. Arcade was in such a good position. The nades are starting to come through. Seb now looking like he wants to swing here with the hammer. Look at how much he's getting pushed already.
Oh. You don't want to fight the runs. You know how crazy they are with smokes. So learsi just spams 1. Seb good for 1, but only 1. And Wiz, there we go. Finally finding a shot with the op. Bringing it to even footing. Pendulum, though, he has an op of his own. He's looking to avenge his comrade. Instead, he's caught. Lake. Answering on Jenny. 1v2 for Fluffy AIMERS. Jason looking to find something. Wiz's post on the angle, though. Crossing still secured for Jason, but he wants a duel. He doesn't want a 1v2 post plant. He wants to find even footing. He will finally put the bomb down. Free up the smoke. A very awkward spot. Win against the Oppa 1v1. Now, where's Lakey? Here's the steps. Jason has the information. The AK in hand. Gets the shot. It's an awkward duel, but he does find the head. 8-4 for AIMERS as we head into the halftime break.
Laz. Oh, 2 rounds. Yeah, I can't even do math, and that's why you don't do math on air. And here we are. Fluffy AIMERS, 9-5.
9-5. They split the 2 rounds. Again, it would not be a North American ECL broadcast without every single technical problem under the sun.
That's
Apologies for that, but you know it happens.
It does
Fluffy
happen.
AIMERS, 9-5. They lost that second round, so they did not convert the piss around from what I can tell, from what I gather. Carpe Diem, though. I was say a mixed bag to start things off, but they bring things back in a tremendous fashion. Just intra, a player I highlighted an impact player, but a 1 versus 4 5-7 seems nigh impossible. Yep, with a very niche angle, tight angle to get the kill. 4 players surviving for Carpe Diem, and a very swift start to try and right the wrongs that was the first half. Keep in mind it was a 4-8 in favor of Fluffy AIMERS. Now a very nice scoreline of 6-9, still in favor of the Fluffy AIMERS, but Carpe Diem have a hefty amount of momentum now behind them with those 2 rounds in a row secured. They have the economy behind them, and they are also facing a very easy round ahead. They save from the T-side.
Yeah, and I kind of hope that we see Seb get some big multi-kills here. I mean, get that max 10, get that money flowing. Micro's now going to lead charge here to see what he can find, and he's about to find a full bear trap. This is going to be terrifying. Flashes might save him a little bit. Pistols come out, and they're just doing more damage, and they're somehow still alive. I don't know what is happening.
What is going on?
And it's another NA round, baby. They just able to clean up the house, making it a 4-on-2, and they've now been able to pick up 3 weapons.
3 weapons and the bomb. Important to note the bomb. This could have been recoverable for Carpe Diem if they had that precious piece of cargo. Now they are faced with one of their own smokes thrown by an adversary. That gives Carpe Diem a very tough task ahead. The AIMERS could steal away the momentum with a round like this. It was 4 players surviving and recovered rifles. That will boost their economy astronomically. Molotov thrown to buy yet more time. Under a minute now left on the clock for Lake and Arcade. Others had a terrible map thus far, but they haven't had sub performances either. Like, looking forward, we'll get the bomb. Spot that though. learsi will know. They should swing because of that. They actually line up. That almost gives them a way back into it. Lake and Arcade find one of, but numbers do prove to be reason Fluffy AIMERS steal away the round. 2 AKs recovered, a win on a save round, and what momentum was built for Carpe Diem has now come tumbling.
Yeah, and this was the big thing we talked about for anybody that, you know, is a little bit of a TLDR. I mean, this is the thing where, you know, Carpe Diem, they don't have Walco, which Micro's filling in right now. So we talked about that IGL role for someone like Walco. So we were wondering how the T side could be. I mean, they have been able to pick up, you know, a little bit of scraps rounds here, but around like that, man, that is just going to be a bit devastating right now for a team like this. They're in the trying to make the comeback. And they're down by 4, but there's a little investment into this, so we'll see what they can do. And what is this, Nate? This could be a little scary.
Or a little scary. But the first map's done and dusted. I guess the only map in this best of 1. 2 best of 1s, not a best of 2. Back 10 for Seb. It's gonna struggle. AK's in good utility, gives Carpe Diem a chance. The issue is they have next to no map control to show for it. We're at a minute 12, minute 10. Just resting on their haunches here. Seb will slowly begin to tease away stairs control, but there's still players holding. Should he press? Carpe Diem finally making the play to slowly take ramp control. Fluffy AIMERS more than happy to get away at this point.
Ooh, that's a good nade, though. Really good damage here, and Lake's already down to 66. But now I want to see the flash come in. This could be big for Intra. He needs to be able to find the swing, but actually it's going to be his teammate that says they win this duel. And the key coming in from Wiz, nicely done. And these exchanges are coming back and forth, just the one-on-one trades. And oh, this is just awkward. And now Carpe Diem, man, they have Tuckle and they are out of here. They don't even want to contest this. And now look at this, Nate. They're just going right for the B site.
Straight up and in. 4 versus 4 was a retake setup for Fluffy AIMERS. Jason as well will get control of Jenny rather quickly. A lot of control taken. Combined fire finds 1. Good trade from Arcade, but the bomb has yet to go down. 10 seconds left, and the player carrying it has been dropped. learsi doubling down, almost a triple. Arcade, 6 seconds left. At this point, they just hide. Fluffy AIMERS have the round. That has to come through. Arcade trying to fight for pride at that point, but he can't even find any such respite. Not a single kill there in the final seconds of the round. Pendulum and Sacrifice take it. 11-6 for Fluffy AIMERS. 2 rounds away from putting the first map to bed.
Yeah, this is where a lot of that pressure comes in, right? I mean, look at the money situation. That bomb plant not coming through, so this is actually... I feel like that was a tough decision. I don't know if you would have gotten it down. Like, I know you were saying Arcade, you know, fighting for pride, which I think he kind of was. But that would have been really close for him to get that bomb plant, but I don't think he would have had it. Now it's just going to be pistols. Tech 9s are just going to bombard this ramp. Just going to try to see what they can do. Maybe a bit of a gimme. Lake with a nice spinner, but it's only just one. And now these CTs are starting to clean up the feed, leaving to Arcade with a Glock. Nothing else. Pretty cool skin, though. 5,200 kills on that. That's pretty good. Not bad.
It's a cool skin, but oh my god, it's scarred.
Yeah, that thing is beat. Kind of like the scoreline, you know what I'm saying? Ayo.
I think the skin's a little worse. I hate to say it. Well, the scoreline is dismal, at least a 6. Clock can't do anything. 12 secured for Fluffy AIMERS. Map point on the first. Again, the second map tonight will be Inferno, for those of you wondering. Again, 2 best of 1s. 2 best of 1s, not a best of 2. No third map wings if we split maps. It's 2 best of 1s.
I feel like we, I think we sold that pretty good.
We did, but I'm hammering it home.
I just feel like we're going to see someone say in the chat, like, hey, is this a BO2? And then we're going to be like, are you kidding? You said it's 2 best of 1s.
It's 2. We were very clear with you.
Very clear.
It'll be our first time chatter, too. We'll be really rude.
Nah,
just shut up for the first time.
Well, a lot of work, Carpe Diem, though. Like, I mean, 6 rounds in for overtime, and this is not a great position for them at all. Oh, that nade. Oh, that nade! Oh, it's so good. So thick. And now the molly on top, too. Oh, Nate, this is just worse to wear.
Hey, there might be some information. They've taken some damage, but the round is still far from over. Inter's also tagged down on this side of the equation. Lake as well, able to find the nope. Finally, through the smoke, he'll find Pendulum. And then Phone again. Carpe Diem just resting, waiting, not really pushing too aggressively. The AIMERS are making the exact wrong read at the exact wrong time. Falling back off of A as Carpe Diem wrap back around just a little too late on the call. It's the CT side. 40 seconds left. Carpe Diem have to get a move on. They have 1 smoke. That's it. A Molotov and some flashes. It's not enough to really block off sightlines into the site. The plans can be contested. At least it should be. There we go. Sacrifice finds 1. Here's E-footing going into the retake.
Yeah, good position coming in from Carpe Diem now. So this is going to be about how well Fluffy AIMERS can take this. There is some good utility. They still have enough smoke and flash available. Players here from Carpe Diem are just going to be posted on the ramp. But Fluffy AIMERS, they got to get going here. The time is well past over half now. The first frag coming in from Jason, going to be able to things off. They do have the kits here from all players alone, but it's a matter of them getting find more duels. Players on ramp, and it's going to be Arcade able to 3, and Carpe Diem stay alive again.
Save off the ending of the first map, albeit briefly. So a long and tenuous journey that I'm sure is going to be touch and go if they make it feasible. 5 rounds in a row is what's required, with no rounds going the way of Fluffy AIMERS to get to overtime. Fluffy AIMERS at the end of their economic rope, however, reinvesting everything. They have 4 A1Ss, a 5.7, decent utility. Carpe Diem, though, making some concessions as well, namely Lake on the Galil rather than the AK.
Yeah, and Carpe Diem switching up their game plan a little bit. Not bad, not bad. And now Jason is playing aggressive. And I was thinking he maybe could get out of this situation, but instead, kind of still putting pressure on this. Doesn't even back off. And this could be scary. They swing 1! He's almost able to find 2 in that kind of a situation. He shouldn't have been able to find 1 to begin with.
Yeah, an assertive call is not respected. Carpe Diem should know that's a possibility. A very niche angle. Like 180 damage or thereabouts. Slow now for Carpe Diem as they're hoping that someone gets aggressive. Seb's pressuring towards B, hoping to draw the ire of Fluffy AIMERS. Always an Arcade, perhaps pull something off in the middle. The issue is Pendulum is still waiting. He's tucked in a corner, nothing to lose with just a 5.7 in it.
Yeah, one of these players. I mean, Arcade was able to find himself that triple. But can he do it again? And 5-7 right behind the sandbag. But do they clear it? That's going to be the thing. Oh, he actually swings this. So now that almost going to just burn him alive. Doesn't really get him, but the AK will. Arcade by himself. 1-on-3, Nate. Survival now with 28 seconds. Doesn't have the bomb, and these players are split apart. This is a good opportunity for the one-on-ones.
The setup gives him an opportunity, but the HP makes it very difficult. There's a player on B, there's a player now towards A, waiting for a bomb plant there. Arcade should be spotted on this cross. 10 seconds left to throw Molotov. This player's on the double stack. There's no way it's expected. Arcade still gets the spot, does get the kill. 5 seconds. Arcade get the plant. I think he has it. Somehow they've made something this round, Carpe Diem. Just at one player. He was over towards A just in case the wrap came through. Sacrifice. Top frag, or tied as a top frag for the team with learsi. Arcade is still low. This is recoverable. 1v1. Knows where he's coming from. The angle's held, but he doesn't pull the trigger. Sacrifice does him in by virtue of the HP disparity. And despite a rather difficult end, Fluffy AIMERS do get across the line 13-7 on the first map of the evening.
Yeah, big win here for Fluffy AIMERS. You love to see it. I mean, they able to come in with a strong first half, like we talked about, that 8th point, and then it's just kind of full speed ahead. And oh, look at it, we almost got it. Well, I'm you, and you're gonna be me.